Headspace Radio, Ep.8. Hope everyone's doing good. But I gotta ask a question. What the heck is going on in America right now, man? America, man. Listen, love America. I love Americans. I love the people. Some of y'all are fucking crazy. Um, but yo, I gotta ask a question. What is going on? Like, don't get it wrong. Canada ain't doing good at all right now. But like, yo, every year there just seems to be the killing of a multi-billionaire corporation CEO guy. You know, uh, it's crazy. Like it's like America's gonna crumble from within, and then just like that, it's the Roman Empire all over again, man. You know what I mean? 'Cause look at it this way, right? They had Luigi Mangione last year, I believe. Last year, early last year, I believe, and he killed the insurance person, and he left clues around the city, like Blue's Clues or something, and everyone was like, yeah, he did the thing, yeah. No, I mean, listen, I'm not saying go out and kill people. I will never tell you to do that, and I'm not saying dude wasn't an asshole. I'm just saying we celebrating dude, and then something else gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I believe a man went up to like the 40th floor. I don't know how big the building is, man. In one of the most, you know, camered up cities ever. A gun the size, he pulled out the gun, shot the CEO, who was a woman, I believe, and then killed himself. I'm still looking into this. And then, of course, there's a proponent online, or was he black or was he white? Me, honestly, if you an asshole or a bozo, it don't really matter to me. But, me as a member of the black delegate, hey, man, listen. We can't afford this right now. We can't be adapting new murders on our belt. You know what I'm saying? Like the DC sniper, not really a fan. Took the world by storm. Even the racist people were like, "Wow, it's a black guy." I'm like, "Yeah, see." But I don't know. I don't know. Race out of the equation. What the hell is going on, man? And listen, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Black Rock, Black Stone, Black Gate, Black Moon, Black Water, whatever the company is, man. Y'all some shady people. I don't know exactly what the hell you guys do, but y'all some shady people. I don't know, man. It's crazy. What a world we live in. But what do we like? What we set a precedent, and I think that what's happening now is CNN, Fox News, whatever. I think they got their orders or understand that, hey, don't be out here televised. Don't be talking about this guy too much because we don't want this to be a thing where every year a multimillionaire or billionaire of a CEO company gets shot down or murdered or something like that, you know? And right now, it seems like it's a theme. Like damn, like they just boom, this guy, and then boom, this guy, and like remember when the year just came? Like it was still January, and you're like, yo, new year, new me, and then the economy still fucked up. You still can't get a job, or if you're job surfing, oh man, what a country, man. Oh, what is going on? I, I honestly don't know what's going on right now. I didn't answer my own question for the record. It's just like, what the hell? Like, what was his motive? You know what I mean? Like, what was his motive? Like this guy was you know, just pulled up and just went to town and then said, well, that's it for me. And then boom. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I'm gonna be real with you, cause where does it start? We know where it starts, but where does it end? You know what I mean? The guy gonna put on a damn Batman costume and go out and fight crime. For the record, though, for the record, I live in the beautiful city of Toronto, right, Canada. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, we need a Batman in this damn city, cause this city's getting out of hand. Don't matter, you're black, you're white, you're Hindu, you're that's a religion. You're black, white, or brown, Jewish. You have the propensity, well, that's a big word right there, to commit crime. And clearly that's what's been going on. If you go on these social media things on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, they'll always be like, oh, something happened, crime. And then you always see those people, oh, the usual suspects. I'm like, calm down. I feel, listen, it's crazy because I feel good, and it's bittersweet when like you hear like a stabbing happened in the city, and a stabbing or a shooting happens, and then let's stop for a second, close your eyes. A stabbing in the city or a shooting in the city happened. Who did you think that was? See, now I'm not saying you're racist. I'm just gonna say I am happy when they say it wasn't a black person. Because I'm like, see, motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. You know, those people from, overseas come over, people steal cars. It's crazy, man. Car robberies, burglaries are an all-time high over here. We need Batman. And just to be fair, like, Batman just patrolling the streets. Like, I don't know how successful that rate is, because it's just like you have to have like an area. You can't just, I'm gonna park the car over here and then like just stroll and jump from alley to alley, and like, what the hell, like what happens when something happens in Brampton, and then he gets his car stolen, right? Then fuck up Batman's premiums. I don't know. Hey, you tell me. It's just, this is crazy. I don't know what's going on, man. But the city is crazy. I don't know what the hell. I don't have any answers for this. Broken families, the economy, lax prison sentences. You could beat up somebody, damn near kill somebody, and then, they send you right out. And then you go out offend again. You know what I mean? What the hell's that all about? Not a fan. I'm telling you, man, I'm not a fan of this. And I always kind of have to go back to policies. Whether it's the municipal government, like like if it's the Durham region, Holton region, York region, Peel region, Toronto, or if it's the premier, or the prime minister. Everyone has I don't know, like it's crime and education, man. Crime, education, and careers, man. It is crazy in these streets. Like, the amount of homelessness, the amount of homelessness is is like through the roof. And this article I read, I forget where it was, but I think it might have been the Globe and Mail. That's like a Toronto, Bloomberg kind of thing. It's a business magazine more so than anything. But apparently, up to, I don't want to make sure, I think I'm going to get this wrong, but the sentiments might be true in a sense that if you are new to Canada or a foreign worker or something like that, you can get not you will, up to $82,000 and room and board at a hotel, and meals and stuff paid for. And listen, I never knew that was something that you could do as the government, because before all this, before you let so many people in, and I'm not against immigration, immigration's our strength, but when you overuse anything, it stops to work, or fails. But like I'm saying, like with shit, what was I talking about again? I'm laying in my bed with my sitting up, not sitting up, but I'm on my back. Sorry, my bad. I'm just saying, it's just you vote, you get what you vote for in a sense, and there's some goofy motherfuckers that think that voting doesn't matter. There are people that voted for Donald Trump, and they're realizing that their vote matters. There are people that didn't vote at all, and now they realize their vote really matters. The people that voted the same nonsense in Canada, another 2 years maybe, probably 4, and it's gonna get crazier. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and say that in order for your life to change completely, you gotta vote someone else. Hell no. These people should never be the driving factor of your career, your life, whatever. But the problem is they have a hand in it. And that's what I hate about it. These guys just... Okay. The original point I was making. You can get up to 82,000 or 85,000. Meal tickets, all that stuff taken care of. The problem is, if you pay taxes in this country, I'm referring to Canada. Sorry, I'm sick. And you try to apply for employment insurance, unemployment, right? And they say, hey, based on how many people are able to get a job within your area, and it fluctuates. You do not, you are not approved based on these criterias. And you're like, how the hell? Like, I've paid my dues into this thing. And then when you ever do get approved, they actually tax you on the money you put in. I mean, granted, it's like $50, but like, it's crazy. Like, everything counts, man, when you're unemployed, because they never give you enough. They never give you enough to even wipe your own ass. It's crazy. Hold on for a second, guys. Oh my God. My allergies, they got me working outside, guys. I'm doing like a little construction thing. And they got me working outside. And I said yes to the gig. And my allergies are fucked up. I'm screwed right now. Just, ugh. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, man. You pay into this thing called employment insurance. Every paycheck you make goes to that CPP and unemployment and all that stuff, right? I believe. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but you're on that. So you hardly get enough. And then, God forbid, if you have to do OW or whatever your province is, and for those who are in America, it's welfare, essentially. Now, welfare is a little bit different up here than it is down there, but needless to say, they give you a one-time monthly payment, and it usually isn't even enough to pay your fucking rent. Not even close. And then you got a car, you might have kids. Ugh. Sorry. If you have kids, which I have a kid, they give you a little bit more. But a little bit more is like not much at all if you have a kid, if you're raising that kid by yourself, which I'm not. We live together, we a happy family. But it sucks, man, because like I said, you pay your taxes, and then you find out that people that have not paid their taxes that are new here, and again, they're just trying to get a better living. They were promised something on their way here, and then when they got here, it was a completely different story. Or they're being extorted, just like how we're being extorted, but a little different. They get room and board from the government. So hold on. This is something that you guys could have done this whole damn time? You're saying that all these people that are homeless is the choice of the government? What is going on here? You could have solved this homeless crisis before you brought in more people. And you used immigrants to suppress the wages. And people vote this stuff in. Hold on, one more time. Now, here's my problem. I'm conflicted. Because when I look at these types of policies, and I'll be real with you, and this is why, let me continue with my point. These seem like they're supposed to be conservative policies. In my opinion, this is stuff that the conservatives would back, and the liberals will be like, see what they're doing? They're suppressing your wages and so on and so forth. And then they win by a landslide, and they slowly but surely ease away the things, the policies that the conservatives done. But nope, that's not happening. And here's the thing, with this Donald Trump presidency, with the first term of his, when he was first president-elect for his first term, it was a blessing in disguise. Not because he won, it's because, one, it proved that voting doesn't matter. Two, I don't think he even thought he was going to win. I think he just wanted to run for president so he can kind of bring his brand up more and get hotels and all this stuff, right? Neither here nor there. But what's number 3? Oh my God. Wow. I gotta stop doing these tangents. Number 3, it just, like, the notion that presidents don't do shit or they're just figureheads is partly true. But then you have a guy like Donald J. Trump who says stuff, a lot of stuff. And I'm not saying he's effective at what he does. I'm just saying the fact is you can never look at the presidency the same way again, because this lunatic essentially said it, and even if it didn't go according to plan, like saying building a wall and make Mexico pay for it, and then the super fans are like, see, you built the wall. Y'all paid for it. And I'll be with you, that's a good investment if you finish the wall and had more than just, let's say ground detection thingies, if there's burrowing holes and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, I don't know what to tell you guys, man. It was a blessing in disguise, because COVID happens and he calls it the Kung Flu. Like, shit, man. Drink some bleach. Obviously this might have been out of context, so don't drag me too much. Yeah, man. Like, remember, he did Project Warp Speed, which allowed the vaccines to be pushed out faster, right? Now, if you go on YouTube or any website and try to type in what these Democrats were saying, and they were saying things that aligned with their platform. Like, I don't trust this. I don't trust this Trump vaccine, so on and so forth, right? These are high people, high positioned people. Do I dare say the vice president and President hopeful Kamala Harris was saying something slick like that too? I'm not exactly too sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm just saying that that's what happened. And I think Trump was supposed to win, but he lost. And then these because the authoritarian lockdowns, and I'm using words I don't really understand. Authoritarian. But see, I used it in a sentence, and it seemed like I knew what the hell I was talking about. These things, these policies that they put in place, and kind of like, hey, we're gonna rinse our hands of this. We'll let the employer decide, and that was a shit show. So a lot of people are losing their jobs, just like over here in Canada, because what they did was you couldn't take a leave of absence. They consider that as you leaving or quitting or whatever the case is, and you'd have to go find a new job and hope to God you get tenure. But I don't know what to say. That happened under a Democratic president and prime minister, and I'm gonna be real with you. This whole COVID thing, at first I'm like, listen, I'm gonna listen to this guy Trudeau because let's see how it goes first, and then after a while you start seeing Fauci on the TV and he starts saying one thing and then another thing and then another thing and then another thing and it contradicts each other. You're like, what the hell is going on? And then this guy with horse teeth is start getting popular for saying crazy shit, which came to be true. And he tries to run for mayor of Toronto and he fails. That's fine. I'm not mad at that. But what I'm saying is, if let's say the Conservatives win in Canada and Trump wins in America his second term, this would be more on brand for them. But they lost. So for me, I believe voting still matters. I just feel like there are agendas that need to be pushed, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican, whether you're a liberal or conservative. This is what we're doing. You gotta stick with this and you gotta push it out there. And they say, no problem. I think that's what it is. There are certain things that you can't control. There are certain things that are out of our control. And I think that might be it. I'm putting on my tinfoil hat or tinfoil bonnet. I'm just saying that's what it is. I'm just, allegedly, hypothetically, these are alternative facts. So I'm just saying that's what I think. We came from Luigi Mangione to some guy who may or may not be black shooting people at Black Rock or Blackstone or Fred Flintstone, who knows. And then we started talking about Trump and immigration. That's a big thing for me, I guess. I keep mentioning it. Yo, man, we just got to bring investment back to this country, man. It's a hot fucking mess here. It really is. I love this country, but what the hell? Yeah, man. I I don't know what to tell you guys. This is kind of weird, but this is my ramble podcast, I guess. And yo, thank you guys. I'm gonna keep it shorter. 8 minutes less, but sometimes less isn't better. Less isn't more. But all right.